John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hey there, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have over 30 years of experience in the credit industry, including time spent at FICO, which is, yes, the company that invented the FICO credit scoring system. I did work there. I read something last week, someone saying that I didn't actually work there. I just say I work there, which is silly. And I also work for Equifax. I promise you I actually work for Equifax. Look, if I didn't work for these two companies and I'm out here on all these videos the last 3 decades saying I work for these companies, I'm pretty sure they would send me cease and desist letters. So I actually did work for these companies that I say I work for. And so today's topic it's actually about credit scoring, and it's about the necessity or the lack of necessity for stratospheric credit scores. So one of the whenever I talk to a consumer, hey, what's your goal? Improve my credit. Great. What does that mean? I want FICO 850. I want to max out my scores. Vantage score 850. I want to max out my scores. I'm like, all right, well that's a noble target, because you want basically a perfect credit score. All right. Do you think you need a perfect credit score? Well, sure. I want to get good interest rates. I want to get good deals on loans. Again, a very noble goal. So then the question is that really necessary that you have a perfect credit report and therefore a perfect credit score in order for you to qualify for the best deals that lenders have to offer? Thankfully, the answer to that question is no. You certainly do not need a perfect credit report, and you certainly don't need anything even remotely close to a perfect credit score in order for you to earn these really, really good interest rates on credit cards, and also really, really good interest rates on loans. In fact, if that were the case, there'd be very few people who had the best interest rates, because not everyone has an 850, and even if you did have an 850, you wouldn't have it for long, because your credit scores would change as the information on your credit reports change. So what is the target credit score that you should be shooting for? So first off, look, I don't want to burst your bubble. I don't want to, be Professor Buzzkill and tell you, no, you shouldn't really shoot for 850. Shoot for 850. And if you get close enough to 850, then you'll be fine, right? I know a whole lot about credit scoring systems, and I don't really have 850 very often. So I may have 850 for a month, the next month I'm down to 840, next month I'm down to 830, next month I'm back up to 840. Last time I checked, which was a few days ago, I was at 848. So I'm not at 850, right? So then the question is well, where do you need to be in order to get the best deals? And that's really the target. The target shouldn't be 850. It should be whatever score is necessary to get the best deals from lenders. For mortgages, and look, there's a lot of moving parts to this. There's a lot of meat on this bone. Credit is just one component of a credit application. Capacity is another one, meaning how much do you earn. The loan to value, meaning how much is the home worth that you're trying to buy relative to the amount that you're trying to borrow. So those are things that don't have anything to do with credit scores or credit reports, but are still very important in the underwriting process for a lender. So if you were to look at this only from the scoring perspective, then A, you're not looking at the entire picture, but that's fine, because that's what we're discussing in today's video. For mortgages, the best published interest rates are for people who have a middle numeric score of 760 or above. Now, why did I say that so carefully? Middle numeric score. When you apply for a mortgage loan, it's very common that the mortgage lender or broker is going to pull all 3 of your credit reports and 3 credit scores. And they're going to take the middle numeric of those scores and use that number for the decision-making process. If you have a 760 or above middle score, then the average interest rates that are published, you're going to get the best deal. All right. Obviously, you're going to have to qualify for the loan. Obviously, you're going to have to, you're going to have to make enough money, and the loan to value is going to have to be in line. But that'll give you an idea of what you should shoot for credit score wise. For auto loans, the news is even better. 720 and above is what you need in order to qualify for the best average interest rate on an auto loan. 720, just to give you some perspective or context, 720 is about 4 points above the national average. 4 points, which means that the average score is 716. At least as of the date of this video, it was 716. A 760 is 90 points off the perfect score, so that's for the mortgages. A 720 for auto, that's 130 points off the best score for under both the FICO and Vantage scoring systems. So you don't need a perfect score. I promise you, you're not going to get a better deal if you have an 850 than if you have an 800, than if you have a 720, than if you have a 760. So while it is absolutely noble to shoot for these perfect scores, you should not feel frustrated if you're unable to do so, because you don't have to do so in order to get the best deals on loans and credit cards. So that's it from here. I really appreciate you watching. Shoot for 850, but that's okay. If you only get to 800, you're still going to be golden. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.